Hey, it's Erin. I just wanted to do a quick wig beading tutorial. I found this is a really cool way to modify a wig without doing anything permanent, but also doing something that'll match an outfit, or, my doll's style changes all the time, so it's really cool to be able to modify my wig to kind of coordinate with what they're wearing that moment. So here is like a strand of beads I've already done. I don't know if you can see it. It looks like this. And sorry, it's getting all tangled, but and at the bottom there's like a big bead, and I'll explain that in a minute. I went a little too long on this. I wanted it to end there, but I wasn't really paying attention. I was just kind of, lost in bead land. But there's one that I've already done. So here's how I did it. If you'll notice, most wigs have these little wig caps that are kind of porous and have holes, and you can see through them. And this is like fishing line or bead line or whatever you want to call it. And I put a little dab of hot glue there on the end of the string, and then I poked it through, and then it came out the other side, and that's where I did my beading. And the thing I like about doing the end with hot glue is that once it's kind of cool, you pinch it with your finger so it's flat, and then when you put it on your doll's head, it kind of lays flat against the doll's head, and it isn't like invasive. It doesn't make your doll's wig pocket and look unnatural, so I really like that. But so this is how I did it. I already have my other little glued piece of fishing wire, and then I just kind of get to the end of it. Alright, and I want it kind of directly opposite of where my first one was, so I'm gonna try to stab it through. It takes like a minute to stab it through. There we go. And it comes out the other side, and you just pull it through the other side until it gets to the end, like that. And I cut the string really long because you're gonna be doing knots in it, and that can make it shorter, and I'd rather be safe than sorry. So yeah, that's a little excessive, but leave some length to it. And then all you do is you just take your string or your fishing line or your bead line or whatever you want to call it, and you get the bead that you want, little tiny bead, and just thread it on like that, and then figure out kind of like where you want it placed, and just kind of hold it in place and tie a regular knot around it. If you want it to be a little more permanent, then you can put like a drop of super glue on it, but I can't super glue stuff. Like if I try to super glue something, me and any innocent standard buys get like super glued to something. Everything but the item I want super glued gets glue on it. So there's the first bead right there, and then you just kind of continue on, and then just that's all there is to it. You just keep tying knots and keep going. The only thing I found is that with the fishing wire, it tends to zigzag as you tie knots. So the reason for this big bead at the bottom, it's kind of an anchor bead that kind of like pulls it all straight. You don't have to put an anchor bead on the bottom, but I just do it so it makes it lay nicer. But it's just a really easy way to modify a wig, and if you get tired of it, just cut it off and do something else or leave it the way it was. But that's my wig like beading modification tutorial, and here's the two little pieces of super glue stuff right next to each other, and it'll lay flat on the doll's head. Like, it's not gonna make it pocket. So there you go. I hope this is helpful, and it's fun for me because I feel like I can do something, because I can't sew or do all the other cool stuff that other people can do. So this is something I can do. Yeah, so I hope this helps, and I hope you do it and enjoy it. Alrighty.